Hey guys, welcome to my channel Mimi's Cybersecurity and Stock Corner. And today we're going to do a deep dive for Blackberry. We're going to do a fundamental and technical analysis. I prepared this PowerPoint slide for you, so today you're not going to see my face, but I think the PowerPoint slide is enough for you to look at. And I spent a lot of time preparing this and doing my due diligence. And I really hope that you like the presentation, that you subscribe to my channel, that the information that I'm giving here to you is valuable, is going to help you out. And if so, please smash the like button and let's get this party started. Okay, so why do I want to talk about the fundamentals of a company like Blackberry? It is very important that we look at the financial side of the equation and also the technical side and combine them to have a holistic overview about a company, because our goal is to find undervalued stocks in the market which are priced low at the moment but will increase in the future with the increase of the profit of the company. So that's why it's very important to look at some of the different things that influence a stock's price, like business finances, okay, their earnings, their revenue. We want to look at management. It is important to see who is leading the company, who is creating new avenues. A leader can make or break you. You know that probably from your own work-life experience. If management sucks, the company or work pretty much sucks. So the success of a company is also correlated to company management. One important factor that I think we should look at as kind of soft value is consumer sentiments, because with consumer sentiments, a stock price can rise or fall. We know that there are plenty companies out there where the stock is probably totally overvalued. The company is not earning any money and their revenue is in the negative, but people have invested in the vision that the company is going to be successful in the future, and consumer or people that are investing sentiment are really positive and high. Then we want to look at competitors, because we want to see where BlackBerry is, where their competitors are, and then look at the correlation and kind of look at where BlackBerry stock price is right now and where the competition is, so we can get a little bit of an insight of the future stock price perhaps, or prediction. And lastly, we will make a very quick look on the stock itself, the daily charts and weekly chart, and come to a conclusion to round up the picture, to have a little bit of an idea and overview, and hopefully enough material for you to feel educated and to enjoy also the information I'm presenting here. So, basic finances. I want to say that you can go on to different websites. I mainly use Yahoo Finances. I use Fintel.io. I pay for Fintel 500 euros dollars a year, and different other websites where you can read about the financial statements. Best way to also get detailed information is just to download the financial statements directly from BlackBerry, which I did, and I combined the information. I just want to give a very broad overview to get an idea where we're at. So the company is mostly known for being a dying business, because people keep thinking that BlackBerry is this old cell phone provider or hardware provider that nobody wants. So, including me. I never liked BlackBerry, and I never liked, let's say I never liked the BlackBerry phones. And I honestly thought for the longest that they are gone from the market, and they have really nothing to say anymore. And I was quite surprised when I learned that they actually made a transition from being a hardware provider to being a software developer, software provider, and security service provider. So now I am a security professional, and of course, I was instantly interested in looking into their services. And what I found was they made a huge transitioning from being a hardware provider and becoming a cybersecurity provider. So I looked at their services and I made a video about this, and they have really a diverse portfolio. So I think the transition really was completed and kicked in by end of 2019, because that was the last time when their growth was a little bit below what was expected and 3% down from the year before. But regardless, they made 0.9 billion in 2019, which is 904 million US dollars. But then I think the transition was completed and the new services kicked in, new partnerships came in, and revenue just started growing in 2020. So even though we had a 3% decrease for BlackBerry, 2019 fiscal year, they had a record high total non-GAAP software and services revenue of 932 billion, like I said. So these numbers show that they are increasing in earnings and also in revenue. So in 2020, they were up by year-on-year growth 15%, earnings surpassed by 125%, and prediction for this upcoming March quarterly report 2001 is basically doubling the revenue of 2020, and estimations lay around 2.4 billion US dollars and around 36% year-on-year growth increase, and earnings surpassing plus 200%, which is amazing. So overall, from the financial statements, my conclusion is this company is growing in revenues and also surpassing their earnings. With that positive note, you want to look at who's making all this, possible. And of course, there's a lot of people on the leadership board of BlackBerry, but I want to point out two leaders that I think are worth mentioning. Again, you can go onto blackberry.com company leadership tab and look at the amazing people who are behind the company. And I'm sorry I can't mention all of you in this video, but you can easily go on the website and they're all listed with pictures. And I hope nobody is mad about that. I only picked two because there's so many slides I want to present today here, and time is ticking, as you know. So the CEO of the company, Chen, has been himself an engineer for over 40 years and has management experience in addition. So, in my point of view, being a CEO, a good CEO for a company that is based their revenue, their services, and their future on technology, having an engineering background plus management experience of 40 years is really good. He was appointed in November 2013. He joined Blackberry and he transformed the company from a hardware icon to a software leader, we can say with confidence today. He had a lot of help from this amazing guy, Charles Egan, and I don't know how else to describe his role and what he did for this company. I mean, this guy was appointed in June 2018, and you can see from the financial statement that after 2018, starting with 2019, the company just took off. Okay. Charles was driving innovation with engineering markets and advancing security capabilities that leverage AI, artificial intelligence, and machine learning. He is responsible for technology partnership, like when you see they have partnerships with AWS, which is Amazon, or the United States Air Force, or SpaceX. He is the guy who made these partnerships probably fruitful, and he is also the guy who is pushing the services and integrated and embedded products, helping BlackBerry to become one of the front leaders when it comes to Internet of Things platform and security. So Internet of Things, IoT, is the future, guys. I lead a global praxis, IoT security praxis, and I know firsthand that IoT is becoming so important, and we implement IoT architectures in the medical field, in car manufacturing, in smart cities, you name it. And these are devices that communicate with gateways like your phone, and they correlate the information to the cloud, and then they are sent to a platform, and then you can log onto the platform and control the information and things that are sent by the IoT devices for better management and for many more cool things. I will go ahead and make a video about IoT and IoT security. It would just be too much for right now. But no, it is the future, and Charles Egan, CTO of BlackBerry, is putting a great emphasis on the subject, which is very positive. So the company is going into future-oriented direction that has big growth potential. And we will see already with the services they are offering what kind of potential they have in the market. Consumer sentiment, I want to touch on very quickly. As many of you guys probably know, there was a Reddit rally in January who brought a lot of attention to the BlackBerry stock. So it was a little bit of a pump and dump, I think, but it helped definitely for the shorting of the company. I think the hedge funds were trying to run down the stock to the ground, hoping that they would go bankrupt and they don't have to claim any taxes on their earnings, hoping that people would think that this is a dying business, that BlackBerry has no future, and that they can, run the price down. And they did. up to $2 a piece. I mean, this blows my mind, this is really, really crazy. But the Reddit rally kind of put an end to that. Now, the sentiment of, the short squeeze and things like that are dying down, which I'm really happy about too. Now the company is growing organically. I mean, excuse me, not the company, but the company's stock, I believe, is growing organically. And we've been having positive days in the last week. We will get to that in a minute. But I see also positive sentiments because people talk about, hey, I see new job offerings. They have a lot of jobs in the cybersecurity field. They're hiring. And look at the future opportunities, and a lot of good positive communication over social media like Twitter, Yahoo Finances, and similar. But to be fair, there's also still a little bit of insecurity from some investors because they are not doing their homework, people. They're not doing their DD. They're not looking into the company, the earnings, the future possibilities, partnerships. But hey, I guess that makes me the person who is bringing the information to all of you. And I'm very happy if I can help and if I can educate people about the status of Blackberry and where Blackberry is right now and where it is going. When we talk about where is this company going regarding earnings and correlation to the stock, let's take a little peek at the competitors. So, in the cybersecurity world, Splunk is one of the very big players. You can use Splunk to build security operations centers, CM systems. You can build it as a middleware for your vulnerability management program, and there's so much you can do with Splunk. And Splunk is a truly amazing company, and they are very well established and known in the cybersecurity world compared to, I'm talking about known, yeah, okay, compared to Blackberry. Blackberry is still the new kid on the block. Very strong, very strong. I want to say they're kind of like the unicorns, okay? But Splunk, for instance, their revenue last year was 2.36 billion, okay? And their stock is around $134. So if you think about it, earnings for BlackBerry are predicted this month to be in the 2 million range as well. And the stock is right now at $10. Do you see what I mean? So we are very similar with the earnings, but there's a huge gap up potential in the stock. The same as with two other examples. HUBS had less earning than BlackBerry. Their earnings were 674 million. And look, guys, their stock is valued right now, or is selling right now, at $468 a share. Huge potential for BlackBerry compared to them, because we are again at $10, and you see the potential in the cybersecurity world where a stock can go. Last one is Mongodb. Their earnings were even less than HUBS. They were around 421 million, but their share is around $307. So to give an end to the subject, I think everything points towards I want to say not the fact, but everything hints towards that the company stock is undervalued at this moment, but the company is having really good earning growth and lots of potential. I want to go and talk to you next a little bit more detail about the stock and then the potentials that I see for the stock. So yesterday, March 11, we closed for Blackberry at a price per share at 10 euros, $10. I'm sorry, I keep saying euros. You know, it's not euros, it's dollars. I'm from Europe, so I'm so used to saying euros. But back to Blackberry. So yesterday, March 11, we closed at $10.70. We were up 3.48%. So we were up 3 days consecutive. And I see the stock in the last couple of weeks going a positive upward direction where we see small growth every day and holding, the stock price pretty stable. Just to give you, a perspective, when BlackBerry was at its high, when they were still a hardware provider, mainly, producing BlackBerry cell phones, their highest closing price at one point in June 19, 2008 was at $147.55. So this company knows how to be successful, and they did not stop evolving. They did not go to sleep, and I believe they will be definitely be so successful in the future that we can see stock prices going back to their original prices, which are here, comparably to now pretty high, and around $147. Quickly, the highest price we saw in 52 weeks were around $28, which showed a growth of 168%. I think this was around the time we had the Reddit rally. And before the Reddit rally, when the hedge funds were shorting heavily the stock, we had a low price of $2.70, which is mind-blowing. Mind-blowing, I don't think that we will ever go back to those lows. Those are some very scary numbers, but hey, you know what? Also a huge opportunity to buy. So I wish, I had looked into BlackBerry when the price was that low. I would be saving myself some money. I have my own. I own BlackBerry shares, and I am very positive and excited about the company. Let's go ahead and look at some technical analysis and some technical charts. I use TradingView plus another software I use for trading, but I just want to show you some basics, and we're not going to too deep of technical analysis about patterns and trends, but we can see here in general that we had in beginning of 2001, we had a lot of volume come in. This is when I believe the Reddit rally happened, and the stock went up to, I want to say, $28.70, and then had a steady decline from that. We have been consolidating for about a month now, around $10. And the last, couple of weeks, we are starting to go up, and we are trading right above the VWAP and the EMEA. So stock prices as of yesterday was $10.70. The short percentage is 10%, which is not terribly high, which is a good sign. but the borrowing fee for shorts is only at 0.72%, which will make it very appealing to short the stock, So we got to watch that. Market volume is around 12 million. The short volume is 1 million. So in the comparison, like I said, the short percentage is only 10%, which is a positive sign. I really don't have anything against shorting stocks because that's also an important part of the market. But I am happy if this stock can now evolve and develop organically in an upward positive direction. And this upward positive direction we can also see from today's charts. I took a snapshot at 1500 European time, Central Time, which is 30 minutes before New York Stock Exchange bell ring. And here you can see a little bit more clear that we are right above the BVAP and way above the EMEA. And we are having a very nice upward trend, broke the support level at 1070, which became a resistance line in the past and now became a support level again. You can see, a lot of good positive buying volume coming in. And basically the stock price has been going up the last couple of 3 days, and I am very, very excited and happy about this. So to round up the picture, we look at the finances, we look at the technical charts, and I want to take a quick look at some partnerships and quickly look at some products that will define the future success of this company. So you get an idea what's ahead and what can increase the stock price, okay? Influence to increase earnings and the stock price. So this is presented by Blackberry in their last investors presentation, and it is available on their website. If you go, you can download the entire PowerPoint if you like. I just use the information, a couple of slides for today, but if you want to look at it in a more comprehensive way and you're interested in more information, you can go ahead and download it there. But I also will make some more videos explaining some of the things that were presented here in the bigger, presentation. Quickly, you can see here top tier partnerships and customers that Blackberry right now has under its belt. Amazing names like, I'm not saying the companies are amazing, but I'm saying they are amazing potential for Blackberry. AWS, which is the cloud platform for Amazon. I love Jaguar. I love them because I drive a Jaguar. And I believe they are going to work with Blackberry in the realm of connected car. We have Google, we have Samsung, we have Panasonic, we have Microsoft, and IBM, Intel, Vodafone. I mean, these are some really, really big names and huge earning potential. So 18 out of 20 government institutions. Now, I don't know if they are just listing here the US or if they're combining other countries. All I know is they have an amazing agreement with the US Air Force, and I'm going to talk about this in my next slide, which is huge. Huge. The United States Air Force is very big, and so there's a lot of potential there. They're also involved in banks. So top 10 banks, they are, servicing 9 of them. I believe they are servicing them from the security product line and services line. and 9 out of top 10 automakers are partnered or customers with Blackberry. I believe they're customers because I think they will probably connect to the IoT platform and the IoT real-time operating system, which again, SpaceX is using them, and they're just one of the many to mention. I picked the example of the United States Air Force. Of course, there are so many examples I can use, but I like this one because it shows a huge potential. So the United States Air Force chose BlackBerry Sparks for secure productivity. So BlackBerry announced that the United States Air Force has selected BlackBerry Sparks for their secure productivity needs. The agreement gives the organization access to the latest BlackBerry technology for Unified Endpoint Management, also called UEM, and Unified Endpoint Security, UES. So, guys, as you know, the United States Air Force has a lot of systems, a huge network. They will have a lot of endpoints, and this means a lot of endpoint security services and licenses sold to the United States Air Force. So big business opportunity, big revenue, and amazing for future for the company and for the stock. The last one I want to mention is the real-time OS BlackBerry has. It's called QNX. They implement this in smart homes. They implement this in smart cars, and they work with a lot of different car makers. The last one they had announced was a Chinese electric SUV maker. I don't remember their name, but I'm sure we can look it up. And also smart cities. I don't know if you know anything about smart cities, but smart cities are basically smart buildings, what did I do? I did in Frankfurt a project for the trash cans. So like they had sensors to manage how full a trash can was so they could be more sufficient and save money. So there's a lot of different things in a city that you can connect to IoT. Airports, parking lots, buildings, many opportunities. So I read something that I believe it's true, and it's very possible because I know how many IoT projects we are doing and how many IoT endpoints they will be in the future, because I work also together with Gartner. I read that by the year 2025, an estimated 75 billion, probably over 75 billion devices will be implementing real-time OS QNX worldwide, which is, the OS that BlackBerry brought on the market. So let that simmer on your tongue. Over 75 billion systems will be using BlackBerry's real-time OS. I'm telling you guys, I think this company is really a sleeping giant. So take this information, try to, digest and decide for yourself where this company and the future of this company and the stock of this company is going in the future. So with that being said, give a real short recap. We saw that the company is having positive development in the revenues the last 2 years. increasing, in revenue. Stock price is starting to increase. Lots of partnerships, lots of new services. They are becoming one of the leaders in the cybersecurity industry. They have really good cybersecurity services and software. They are working on future projects with government, with banks, with engineering companies, with um, Amazon, partnering up with Amazon, developing IoT platforms. Just, also looking at the sentiment, I think the sentiment is positive for the stock, and compared to its competitors, Blackberry stock definitely has room to grow, and I'm bullish still on the stock, and I wish everybody success, and I hope that this was valuable information. Guys, please remember, I'm not a financial advisor. I do this only for educational purposes. I have no financial background. I'm a security professional. I like to do this as fun, as education, and just share my knowledge because I like the stock market and, of course, the cybersecurity part, and I like to bring the information together. So please don't take this as financial advice and do your own diligence. But if you liked it, then give me a like. You can also get the PowerPoint slides if you like, and I will send them to you. Just write me an email. It would be really nice if you could, give me a donation if you like. If you found the information was worth the donation, that would, make me happy. I spend a lot of time on researching and putting all this information together. I appreciate everybody that is coming to my channel, that is being part of my channel and taking the time to listen to me. So, with that being said, have a good day and thank you.